to kind of frame the time period, this is post 9/11. So we're also, we're talking about a time with general fear and sort of societal malaise about being able to trust our neighbors and trust the society that we live in. It's also a time when we are losing trust in the government on a pretty massive scale in the United States. And that was a relatively new for that generation experience. We'd come off of the prosperity of the 90s and then into a very dark moment. And this is also right before the economic collapse of 2008. This was when our society didn't match what we would see anymore in terms of what was being beamed back at us. And I wouldn't say it was before Fox News. I would say it's adjacent to Fox News and the ascendancy of discourse around the idea that maybe we had problems in our society that weren't being addressed. And maybe it wasn't going to happen if police were the ones doing it, or if law enforcement were the only people who could do it. And one of the things that's interesting about the show, like Cops, this is a show that's very tacitly endorsing the idea that, police are very important to a healthy society, and you catch the bad guys and you put them in jail, and then society gets better. And as a result, that is what we can do. We can use policing to stop bad behavior. And if it's deviant behavior, it should be arrested and put in jail, and we shouldn't talk about it. And that's, I think, that kind of approach to policing has, of course, endured. And that's something that we've seen a lot of discourse about only in the last couple of years about, well, is the idea of the criminal justice system the best way to address some of the issues that we have in our society, especially when it comes to people whose behavior we deem deviant. I think another thing that's only happened in recent years in our society is a sort of mass questioning of the idea of, well, when you can turn one group of people into deviants, you can do that to another group of people. And it's not really hard to expand a definition of whether somebody is evil if you can have evil in the first place. As soon as you have the label, all it takes is brute force to apply it to certain types of people, whether it's immigrants or whether it's protesters. So this kind of show, this thing, it didn't invent the idea of good and evil, but it benefits from a worldview that has good and evil. And typically when you have a binary of good and evil, the people in power get to benefit from that binary most.